boxing is alive and well this past weekend, y'all. And matter of fact, boxing is alive today because of Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia. Oh, yeah. Look. I know there's going to be people out there that are going to be like, come on, Punch. There's more people out there that's doing their thing in boxing. There's quite a few. I know. I mean, like, y'all is doing this thing. But Crawford, Teofimo, hey, Javante Tank Davis got his niche fans. Who else? You got Tim Zhu, you know what I'm saying? That fan base from Australia, Fundura. You got Virgil Ortiz is back. Bam Rodriguez versus Juan Francisco Estrada. Can't wait for that fight. You feel me? The undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. We got Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Of course, there's gonna be quite few people. And shout out to the promoters, right? You got the Excellency doing this thing, throwing that money, you feel me? Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, Golden Boy Promotion, Oscar De La Hoya doing this thing and captivating the boxing fans, keeping that same momentum from 2023 to 2024. Bob Arum, Top Rank, everybody. Hey, Jake Paul doing this thing with most valuable promotion and stuff like that. Shout out to Amanda Serrano, the queen of boxing. Yeah. But if it wasn't for Canelo and Ryan Garcia today, boxing would be dead. I said dead. Yeah. Fatality. No pulse. Red line. Flat line. Nothing. Coma. Feel me? If boxing was on life support, you know what I'm saying? Because of Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia, they took boxing off the machine. Yeah. Y'all already know that Canelo Alvarez this past weekend, Cinco de Mayo, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, beat Jaime Munguia. Young phenom in the middleweight division, Jaime Munguia. Canelo Alvarez showed everybody why he is El Rey, El King, the 4th division world champion, super middleweight undisputed. Canelo Alvarez, the future Hall of Famer. The cash cow of the sport of boxing, a.k.a. King Nelo, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Nelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. Get that out of here, man. Canelo Alvarez, still El Rey. And let me tell you like this, when you win the top of the game, there's going to be a lot of supporters, but there's going to be a lot of haters. It is what it is. I don't understand it out here in America. In America, there's a toxic culture that we just don't love greatness, or we want to see greatness fall, and then we want to see that greatness pick itself right back up. We like the Cinderella story. We support the people when they're on the come up, and then when they're on that up, we want them down, and then we want to see how they're going to pick themselves right back up, just like Kobe Bryant. Right? Just like Mike Tyson. Right? Sometimes we just not familiar with greatness. We don't like your greatness. Now, I don't want you to be that great. That's the American toxic culture. And I'm hopefully it's going to change. Ryan Garcia. This is my intro. Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia beat Devin the Dream Haney, undefeated. Devin Haney, 2-division world champion, undisputed in 135-pound division. Beat him from pillar to post. Several weeks ago in New York City, my city, Barclays Center. He shocked the world, humbled the world. Shocked the world, humbled the world. He captivated the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. And that energy, I haven't felt that energy since the lead up to Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I haven't. Because after the performance with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, I'm going to say it like this. That performance was so weak because it was promoted as the best boxing matchup or the best fight of the century. Remember, the best fight of the century. Well, that was one of the boringest fight. It was so boring. It was so bad and that people just left to the UFC. Waited all that time for that fight, and that's the product that you give me? Yeah, but hey, yo, fellas. And even ladies, but fellas, you know when you looking at a chick, right? You know what I'm saying? You talking to her, you meet her, you talking to her, you go to a few dates, but you still haven't hit it. You feel me? But that's what your mind is at. Like, damn man, she looking good. Look at her body. Look at that thighs. Look at her body like a Coca-Cola body, man. I can't wait to get her. You know what I'm saying? Get back to my place and do what I gotta do. And then. All you thinking about this woman looking good and stuff like that, the potential, how you gonna feel, how is it gonna be when you in bed and stuff like that. But guess what? Finally, you got her in that position, and she'll know how to. She's scaving her teeth through your little plátano, huh? You put her pants down, it's like heat wave, smelling like expired broccoli, expired beans. You'll be like, whoa, man, you are a deceiver. Looking good, but damn, your sex game is And you was waiting for so long, and then you find out that this ain't it. What about the ladies? The dude is all buffed up and stuff like that. Ooh, I can't wait till I get him. I can't wait till I get him. You know what I'm saying? Go on a few dates, and you think that, oh man, when he gonna rock my world. He gonna rock my world. And then you find out you put his pants down and stuff like that. And it's a toothpick. And it's a toothpick. You'll be like, no. What is this? What is this? What is that little thin wood? What is that little thin wood? No. Put your pants back up. What is that? Get out of here. Put my mouth on that. It's like sucking on a Tic Tac. What is that? But anyway, that was probably the feeling. I mean, that's the only example I could give y'all. You feel me? Y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Canelo Alvarez has been holding boxing down. Look at his resume. Damn, man, you got to give a lot of credit to Canelo Alvarez. Look at the man resume. Yo, Canelo Alvarez has fought every single body. And I know there's going to be people out there, of course, we're going to be talking about, yes, that potential David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez fight. And yo, Canelo better fight Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez could do whatever the F he want to do, whether we like it or not. He could do whatever he wants to do, whether he likes it or not. Quit with the shame game. Because as good as David Benavidez could be, that's just an illusion. The illusion is that we think that David Benavidez is the guy to beat Canelo Alvarez. That we think that's the biggest threat. Yeah, that's what you thought with Bud Crawford and Earl True Spence. You thought that Earl Spence was the biggest threat to Bud Crawford. And then what it came out to be? What was the outcome? That was probably one of the easiest fights for Bud Crawford. Stop with the illusion. But at least Earl True Spence was a three belt holder. At least he's accomplished some, and at least he got a good resume. But look, check out Canelo Alvarez's resume. You gonna shame me with a guy like David Benavidez? Who he got in his resume? Caitlin Plant, Demise Andre. Cute, good fighters. But come on, look at Canelo Alvarez. You know he fought Floyd Mayweather, on a split decision. Triple G 3 times. Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, Daniel Jacobs, Shane Mosley, Jamel Charlo, Austin Trout, Caitlin Plant, Miguel Cotto, Lara, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, Liam Smith, Amir Khan, John Ray del Pelagato, Jaime Munguia, Julio Cesar Chavez. For most of these guys in their prime as well. You can't shame Canelo Alvarez or David Benavidez. But David Benavidez is good for the sport, but you just can't shame Canelo Alvarez or David Benavidez. Maybe the people are getting bored with Canelo Alvarez's greatness. I understand he been on the top of his game. He's been the king of boxing for quite some time. And I know some probably people want to move into the next thing, move into the next hype. How long is Canelo Alvarez going to be in the sport of boxing? I mean, he's have separated himself from his contemporaries. Is a wide gap, pause, that, think about it. People are saying, what's next for Canelo Alvarez? Edgar Berlanga. That's not a real fight. I'm not talking about that. I'm not disrespecting Edgar Berlanga, but what I mean is that the Edgar Berlanga fight is only a potential money-making fight because Edgar Berlanga is Puerto Rican. It has nothing to do with Edgar Berlanga. And if I was Edgar Berlanga, you know what I'm saying? I know it's about money, it's prize fighting, but Edgar, the only reason they saying you is not because of you. It's because you're Puerto Rican. See, the Mexican and Puerto Rican rivalry, even though that is one of the best rivalries in the sport of boxing, but because of Wilfred Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, Tito Trinidad, Hector Camacho, Miguel Cotto, you feel me? It's not that it was just a Puerto Rican fighter versus the best Mexican fighter. No, it's because it was the best Puerto Rican versus the best Mexican, and then when they clashed, and then it became a great rivalry. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not what Berlanga is not. It's just a potential money maker. It's the only reason why I believe that Eddie Hearn signed Edgar Berlanga. It has nothing to do with Edgar Berlanga. It has to do with the Puerto Rican fan base, and they feel that is a lucrative fight when you put Mexican versus Puerto Rico. It could be anybody else. It could be somebody named Rodolfo instead of Edgar Berlanga, and he was in the same position as Edgar Berlanga, and then they'll try to push that fight. But what has Edgar Berlanga done? Less than David Benavidez. Edgar Berlanga haven't even faced a contender. What has he got as a resume to even to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez? But it's not his fault. He got to do what he got to do. He got to call somebody. He's in position in the WBA. I understand that. But what I'm saying is not that Canelo Alvarez has separated himself from his contemporary so much that really nobody could shame him into a fight. When we're talking about this era, like I said, what did I just say? He's 4 division world champion. He's a walking Hall of Famer, man. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. David Benavidez is not even on the pound for pound list. David Benavidez is not even right now, currently, if he retires right now, he's not even a future Hall of Famer. David Benavidez don't even got a strap. He don't got a belt. So how can you shame David Benavidez with Canelo Alvarez because we're spoiled? We acting like spoiled little brats. Come on, Canelo, give us David Benavidez. Boo, boo, boo. Stop. You shamed Manny Pacquiao with Floyd, vice versa, because they were their legacy. It's legacy versus legacy, pound for pound versus pound for pound, the best fighting the best. That's not David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. That's not legacy versus legacy. Put my legacy up on your legacy. Pound for pound versus pound for pound. That's not. We're just hype. We're just being hype about this, but to be honest, nah. It's not it. It's not it. It's a good fight, but it's not it to shame Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is the king. Look at the people, man. But Ryan Garcia, if he ain't the king alongside with Canelo Alvarez, especially for this new generation, that's where the torch is going to be passed. That's where the torch is going to be passed. And if it hasn't been passed, I'm telling you right now, they're the one that's leading the way in the sport of boxing. Now, in the beginning of the live, I was talking about, whoa, come on, Ryan Garcia, come on, man. He tested positive for PEDs. That's what they say, allegedly, man. How can he be the king of boxing? You stop it. He ain't do nothing. Punch wrong. He ain't do nothing. Yeah, you talking about that David Benavidez ain't do nothing, got no strap and stuff like that. What has Ryan Garcia did to be a king in the sport of boxing? Because he moves the damn needle. Because he moves it. It is what it is. We heading into an era as much as, yes, there is accomplishable like Canelo Alvarez, but also Ryan Garcia is moving this era into the era that belts really don't matter. He's moving this era back to the origin of the sport of boxing where it was just prize fighting. He's moving this era. He's setting the tone. Now, of course, last year, in 2023, the most lucrative fight in the sport of boxing was Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. And people were saying, oh, no, it's just Gervonta Tank Davis. But then look at this year. One of the most lucrative fights has been Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Nobody has captivated. Everybody was talking about Ryan Garcia, especially after the performance. Every publication, every high traffic sport outlets was talking about Ryan Garcia to this day. As a matter of fact, when the PEDs allegedly PEDs report came out from Dan Rafael, it almost overshadowed the Munguia versus Canelo Alvarez. Everybody want a piece of Ryan Garcia. It is what it is. There has other people that's done better things than Ryan Garcia in the sport of boxing in terms of accomplishment, but they haven't captivated the imagination, the emotions quite like Ryan Garcia. Is it Ryan Garcia's fault or is it their fault? It has to be a collective thing to be the king or be the top dog. It's like Ryan Garcia hasn't done nothing compared to what Teofimo Lopez has done in the ring, right? Or his accomplishment, right? But people are more captivated with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia hasn't done what Inoue did, even though Inoue is going to be selling out 55,000 out there in Tokyo versus Louis Neri. That's another cash cow with the sport of boxing, right? But nobody is moving the needle. When we're talking about the sport of boxing and the sport of boxing being alive and well. And shout out to Jake Paul as well, because he put a lot of eyeballs in the sport of boxing. Whether you like it or not, even Jake Paul put a lot of eyeballs in the sport of boxing. And he ain't come out here just to be so he could take this as a circus. He's taking it serious. And the people that he's helping, just like Amanda Serrano, the 7th division world champion, one of the most decorated champions in the history of the sport of boxing, he could have picked another male fighter and probably give him clout and give him cap and stuff like that, give him a spotlight. But nah, he picked what a lot of people in the sport of boxing, a lot of business, a lot of men in suit wouldn't respect Amanda Serrano. If it wasn't for Jake Paul, probably Amanda Serrano was still getting, probably the most that she would ever get paid was probably what, 200K or 250K. You remember without Jake Paul, they was going to put Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor in the backyard of Eddie Hearn's house. Can you imagine? If it wasn't for Jake Paul, we would have seen Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor as a co-main event to Povetkin and Dillian White in the backyard of Eddie Hearn. What a disrespect! In the backyard? Wow. Wow. Two of the most decorated champions ever. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. And they was going to put that in the co-main event to a non-title match between Povetkin and Dillian White. What a slap in the face for those ladies. Good Lord. Good Lord. Thank you for Jake Paul for showing some respect. And they're going to be fighting, you know what I'm saying, this July 20th on the co-main of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul out there in Texas. People's talking about this alleged PED from Ryan Garcia. Let's not forget that Canelo Alvarez was pop dirty for computerol. He what's the word with the V word? Vindicated himself when he took the hair follicle test. No, there was contaminated meat. And just like they contaminated meat, maybe Ryan Garcia took contaminated supplements. It can happen, right? I don't believe that Ryan Garcia cheated. I believe that it's a witch hunt. I think that I think they're trying to get Ryan Garcia because he said a lot of things, a lot of powerful people in a lot of powerful group. The devilish, the satanic, the atheist. And every time when an athlete or somebody really wears Jesus Christ out in his sleeves and really preaches the word of God and when the gospel and have Jesus Christ as the forefront, oh man, the powers that be don't like that because the powers that be don't like Christ. But shout out to all my Christ believers. You already know Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. You already know we're brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. The best investment that you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Build a personal relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ. They don't like that. Even there's people right now that's listening right now. They're gonna be like, "Oh, here we go. Come on, keep it boxing, yo." I hate when people bring in religion and politics. I ain't talking about religion. I'm talking about Christ. I ain't talking about religion. I'm talking about Christ. I'm talking about personal relationship with Christ. I ain't talking about religion. But anyway, Ryan Garcia is setting the tone. Ryan Garcia is captivating the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. And Ryan Garcia is a trailblazer and moving boxing back to its origin. You wanted boxing to go back to what it used to be, right? That's what y'all argue all the time. That's what boxing fans argue all the time. I want boxing to what it used to be, man. I don't like boxing right now, yo. These fighters, these promoters, too many belts. All right, Ryan Garcia gonna come. I don't care a damn about the belts. Let's just get the biggest fight. Name versus name. Let's go. Relevant versus relevant. Right? That's what he's doing. He's bringing it back to back in the days when it was prize fighting, when there was no belts. It was just prize fighting. And people like to fight. People love how the way that Ryan Garcia whoop Devin Haney and humble the boxing world. Because I always say in boxing, you get the ultimate respect when you match your expectation, but more when you exceed your expectations. People like to be wow. Wow. Yo. People like to be shocked. And in the sport of boxing, because boxing is historically documented better than any other sport in the world, we've seen it all. We seen Mike Tyson, wow. We seen Ali, wow. We seen Roy Jones Jr., wow. We seen Floyd Patterson, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sweet Pea, Julio Cesar Chavez, the Golden Boy Oscar de la Hoya, wow. Roberto Duran, Mano de Piedra, wow. We seen Hagler, wow. Hearns, wow. Pretty Boy Floyd, wow. Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion. The 8th Division World Champion. 5-time lineal, 12-time World Champion. The ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. The GOAT, Manny Pacquiao, wow. Wow. We seen it all. That's why the boxing fans today is like bougie, man. We seen it all. We rich. We seen it all. What Ryan Garcia gave us was a wow. He proved us wrong. He proved a lot of people wrong. Wow. Champions. He got so much power that champions is chasing the non-champions. That champions is chasing the non-champions. You feel me? Ryan Garcia setting the tone. Everybody want a piece of Ryan Garcia. Everybody calling Ryan Garcia. Well, Ryan Garcia ain't even calling out nobody no more. Saying Ryan Garcia versus Pitbull Cruz. Good fight. I believe the biggest fight for Ryan Garcia will be Teofimo Lopez right now. Teofimo Lopez and Ryan like this. Teofimo Lopez versus Ryan Garcia, I think, will set records and break records. That's just my personal opinion. You got yours, I got mine. But why you giving so much credit to Ryan Garcia, man? He popped third. Why you giving man credit? If it was Devin Haney, you wouldn't be saying that. What you mean if it wasn't for Devin Haney, I wouldn't be saying that? As a matter of fact, just because his affiliation with the biggest cheater in sports history, I would have expected from Devin Haney. I didn't expect it. I don't expect this from Ryan Garcia. No, I don't. But I expect it from Devin Haney by default. It's not really about Devin Haney. It's about who he's affiliated with. Yo, pun. So you trying to say that Devin Haney cheated? You trying to say that everybody with Victor Conte, a.k.a. the Pablo Escobar of PEDs and stuff like that? You trying to say that your boy Boo Andre, that he cheat? You trying to say that Caleb Plant cheat? You trying to say that Devin Haney cheat? I ain't saying that. I'm saying that because the affiliations with the ex-convict that has buried sports in America, that is banned from every sport in America, that there is always going to be a suspicious. There is always going to be a suspicion. And if you do something incredible, if Caleb Plant would have knocked out David Benavidez, there would have been a suspicion. It is what it is. It would have been unfair because these guys does work hard, and I don't believe none of these guys cheated. But because of their affiliations, people would have suspect that. If Boo Andre, my brother, if he would have beaten David Benavidez and beat him up and knocked him down and knocked him out and stuff like that, people would have questioned that. It is what it is, and they understand it. They know who Victor Conte is. They know his past. They know what people may suspect if they look too good. Right? It is what it is. It is what it is. It could be unfair, but they understand it. So when Devin Haney is rehydrating 25 pounds as a 140 pounder, what the hell? That's abnormal. Gotta be snack. Damn. There was a lot of people out there that was talking about Terrence Bud Crawford being Earl the True Spence in that manner. They were like, oh, snack. Why? His affiliation with Victor Conte. There you go. It is what it is. But still, we look past that, right? And people regard him as pound for pound number one. I looked at it now, you already know who is a number one. I got Bud Crawford number two. But it's arguably one pound for pound, 1, 2, you can flip it around. Ryan Garcia. If you take out Ryan Garcia right now, and you take out Canelo Alvarez right now, boxing may be on life support. Because Canelo Alvarez is still being active. Look, David Benavidez and the Mizon. Look at David Benavidez when he faced the Mizon Dre. It's not, and they didn't sell out. It wasn't close to a sellout. Right? Canelo Alvarez still got the pulse of the Mexican, the most loyal fan base on this side of the pond in boxing. And you take out Canelo Alvarez. Just like if you take out Manny Pacquiao, where are those Philippine fans at? Where's all those Philippines at right now? Yo, Manny Pacquiao retired, and not only there is no more, I don't see the Filipino fans. They used to be YouTube channels. They used to have one of the best traffic, one of the best numbers. They don't even exist anymore. Canelo Alvarez, if he retires, Jaime Munguia lost, who will be the one? Who will be the one? Boxing can't afford, especially in America, boxing can't afford for the Mexican fans not to be supporting boxing. This is bigger than Nino Brown. This is big business. And Ryan Garcia of this young generation. Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this: they wasn't even talking. If it's not Canelo Alvarez, people don't talk about people. Mass media don't talk about boxing in America if it's not Canelo Alvarez. And now, if it's not Ryan Garcia, Look, Devin Haney was on Sports Center, but it only had to do because of the allegations of Ryan Garcia. They didn't put Devin Haney before. They didn't put Devin Haney on Sports Center before the fight. How many times you seen Devin Haney in Sports Center, y'all? They go to independent media, independent podcasters and stuff like that, but nothing like that. You got First Take. You got Stephen A. Smith talking about Ryan Garcia. You guys talking about Canelo Alvarez. You got Fox 5. You got the mass sports outlets talking about Ryan Garcia, which still keeps boxing in the many eyes of it keeps boxing at the forefront of sports. Not as the number one sport, but with Ryan Garcia, it can move boxing back to a major sport in this in the community of sports. Put it back into the forefront of sports. Remember when boxing used to be the number one sport in America? I don't think it's going to be the number one sport, but you could put him in the top 5 with Ryan Garcia. Just think about it. This September, Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo Lopez. Oh, my God. Canelo Alvarez, we all want to see him versus David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez know that everybody want to see the David Benavidez fight. But also, like I said at the beginning, you can't shame Canelo Alvarez for David Benavidez. He hasn't done enough in the sport of boxing to be shamed. These are the kings of the sport of boxing. Devin Haney can't hold boxing down. Gervonta Tank Davis without Ryan Garcia can't hold boxing down. Ryan Garcia is making the type of wave, even in social media. Now, there's some boxers that be like, I don't like the social media stuff. That's the way of the world, all right? That's the way of the world. It is what it is, whether you like it or not. Everybody and their mama on social media, damn it. Huh? It is what it is, and he know how to keep promoting. Look, after this fight, most of the fighters, after they fight, they disappear. Ryan Garcia don't. He has not taken a break. He's doing what Floyd Mayweather did. Floyd Mayweather, in between fights, you're going to see Floyd Mayweather in WWE. You're going to see him chilling with the celebrities, chilling with the rappers, going to games, and keeping himself out there. When it was harder to do it because, of course, there wasn't really no social media like that. And social media before wasn't the way that it is now. Going with Dancing with the Stars, doing a lot of interviews and stuff like that, keeping himself active, keeping himself out there, keeping his name and his brand relevant, which also keeps boxing relevant. Anticipation sells, giving you that type of anticipation. If it wasn't for Ryan Garcia of this young generation, where will boxing be? Where boxing will be heading? Because Canelo Alvarez is on his way out. We're lucky to have Canelo Alvarez right now. Boxing is lucky because in all reality, there's really no fights for Canelo Alvarez. And I don't think that David Benavidez alone can hold it down. But Beterbiev even Bivol can't hold it down. Man, they postponed the fight. I believe that Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, because of the momentum of their fight, is not going to be as big as it's supposed to be. I don't hear a lot of buzz out here on this side of the pond with the Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. And maybe just because you got a good fight, there has to be some momentum leading up to that great mega fight. Alexander Usyk didn't perform great versus Daniel Dubois, and Tyson Fury didn't perform great versus Francis Ngannou. And rest in peace to Francis Ngannou's son. My condolences go out to him and his family. It's very sad to hear that, man. You know, that's one of the scariest things, man, is losing your children, yo. That's one of the scariest things is being alive and having that. heavy heart of losing one of your, one of your children, your child, your legacy, your heart, your soul, everything that you work for. Man, my heart goes out as a fellow father. Man, my heart goes out to Francis Ngannou, man. That's even when I think about it, man. You get like a little bit of emotional about it because I don't even know what I would do. I don't know how I would conduct myself. You know what I'm saying? I hope God blesses me into being in His presence. Um, being in His presence, and my children being in His presence, and everybody else that I'm talking to. Hope that we in the presence of God. I just pray that I go before my children go. You know, my heart goes out to all the parents that have dealt with that situation. I don't know how. I don't know. I just can't fathom. I can't. I don't. The first thing you think about is, man, I will kill myself. But that's not the answer as well, and that's not godly as well. Because in the end of the day, Francis Ngannou, child and son, is going back to the father of all fathers. And sometimes we want to question God, but we really can't question it like that. Because in the end of the day, that we are here, this is rented. Heaven is when we finance our home. That's our real home. That's our home forever. That's our home forever. So my heart goes out to Francis Ngannou, his family, and everybody else, and whoever's dealing with somebody, man. For real, man. I'm a person that, like, if y'all want to, I could chop it up with strangers about this, because the best thing the best thing I do in life is be a father. I could be honest. That's the only thing I'm great at. That's the only thing I'm fearful about. My kids, when they out there, the older they get, the more the more fearful I get. Now I know where my parents felt. But if y'all ever had this type of issue or any type of issue, man, I'm not. You could hit me up on punchdrumboxing@gmail.com. If to talk about life, we're all brothers and sisters and sons and daughters of the Most High. We all gotta be here for one another. And men, we really don't talk about these things, really. Sometimes that's why we're so stressed, because we're trying to hold on to this not perception, but we're trying to hold on to the image that we're men and we're strong and we're the one that got to comfort others, and we can't have emotions and we can't cry. We got to just hold everything in. But sometimes holding everything in, when it does come out, that's why it's uncontrollable. And sometimes, mistakes, when people make mistakes, it's because they can't control the emotions. You know what I'm saying? That one split second can mess up a whole lifetime. That 5 second, the anger, it has not really have to do with that person that cut you off on the road, or that dude that bumped you, and that dude that stepped on you, and that butt, or that dude that said something that you could have walked away, but because that anger, now you let it out. Boom! You let it out like a machine gun and stuff like that. Not necessarily a gun, but just you could just assault somebody, and it was something little that you could avoid, because that anger that you hold inside, you took it on everybody else, and then you find yourself locked up. Because you never let that anger easily, let out and talk to somebody. So whoever has a problem, whoever has an issue and needs somebody to talk to, because they don't have to talk to you can hit up your boy, Punch Run Boxing. Now, again, Canelo Alvarez. What is next for Canelo Alvarez? What is next? Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo. A lot of people don't want to see that. Not because it was not supposed to be a good fight. It's because where Jermall Charlo is at in his career. Canelo Alvarez is probably more active than Edgar Berlanga. And he's young. Y'all want to see that fight? Madison Square Garden? I don't know. Canelo Alvarez has overstayed his welcome. To be honest, let's be real. I do think that people are getting bored with Canelo Alvarez's greatness, because he's just been great for such a long time, and it's not like he's performing like he's wowing the fans. He's just beating these guys easily, outboxing them, outpowering them, 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't exciting. The Jamel Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. It wasn't exciting. The Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez. It wasn't exciting. It was just like you could see the levels. It's just different type of levels, right? And now people are looking for the next. Not because Canelo Alvarez is still not in the top of his game. It's just like LeBron James. LeBron James never left the top of his game, but people still want to see the KDs. People will still want to be interested in Stephen Curry. But they can't do collectively what LeBron James done his whole career and sustain that type of momentum and consistency. That's Canelo Alvarez. And Ryan Garcia could be that Steph Curry. Could be that Greek freak. Could be that KD. He got to get a chip, though. But you understand what I'm trying to say. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is the Allen Iverson of boxing. He got the culture. He's one of the faces of boxing as well. Got to give him a lot of credit. Yeah, he beat Ryan Garcia, but still, the thing is, the fight was captivated by them. But people are actually captivated by Ryan Garcia, the person and the fighter. That's what makes you the top dog and the king. That people are not only they captivated with Gervonta Tank Davis fighting skills. That's it. Not the person. Gervonta Tank Davis is not really out there. He's not outspoken. He don't touch bases on religion and politics and everything else. He's very quiet, really. Yes, he had his press conference with Frank Martin. I think that was the best Gervonta Tank Davis that we've seen. But even the way he talks, it looked like, he does sound a little punch drunk and stuff like that. Like he can't get his word out. I do think that his team should give him public speaking. I think it'll work out very, very good for him. Like, think about it. Even Canelo Alvarez still work on his English, on his speech. Like, there's certain athletes that really, they know they're going to be in the public eye. They're going to be doing a lot of interviews. And they sound, they're studying. Like Pedro Martinez. Never spoke a word of English. But he was studying. And he made it. But that's part of you being a professional. And I think that Gervonta Tank Davis should say the same thing. Because sometimes the words just don't come out. It don't come out the way that it should. And I think invest on a little public speaking. And look, not everybody, there's people that could speak very, very well, in private or in in group conversation. But when it's time to public speak, they nervous. I just think it'll work for Gervonta Tank Davis. I think it will work for Gervonta Tank Davis. See, remember, people was captivated with the person of Muhammad Ali. What made Muhammad Ali, it was just not the fighter. It was also the person. People are captivated and they interested in the person. They interested in Mike Tyson. They interested in Oscar De La Hoya. They interested in Canelo Alvarez. They interested in Ryan Garcia, the person. And I think as the person, people, and Ryan Garcia talks way more than Canelo Alvarez in terms of other things outside of the sport of boxing, right? He's just that guy. And this PED's allegation is not going to hurt Ryan Garcia. It ain't hurt Canelo Alvarez. It ain't hurt Evander Holyfield. The allegations of Evander Holyfield. It didn't hurt Roy Jones Jr. It ain't hurt Shane Mosley. And this is boxing. Look, we got Gerald Miller. He's still fighting. That's it. They sweep it under the rug. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's not going to hurt Ryan Garcia whatsoever. Matter of fact, this only thing is going to make him bigger. And let me tell you the power that Ryan Garcia got. Ryan Garcia got so much power that if I can make a poll and you can make a poll right now. And if I say that the alleged PED was a witch hunt, more people will say that it's a witch hunt, that it was really real. Because we're living in the world, not only like in the boxing world. We're living in the boxing world right now. The belts really, really don't matter like it used to be, unless that you are the Canelo Alvarez and stuff like that. But in society, people don't believe in everything at face value. This is also the evolution and the how you say it. People are aware of conspiracy theory. People are highly aware that boxing, especially now more than ever, and we always knew this in the sport of boxing, then there's corrupted, that boxing is the dirtiest sport in the game. that boxing is highly political. Or government doesn't oversee the sport of boxing. Even the VADA testing is volunteered. Fighters pay for them to be tested. It's not professional. If you ever been, yo, I'm gonna say it like this. I've been in locker rooms and stuff like that, and events, and where it's time for fighters to get tested, and they're all running out. They run out. They don't say that about. They don't say that. A lot of these fighters don't even get tested. They just run out right away. And they got to be one guy that needs to chase them around. There's only one guy that's chasing them around, and they can't get them. They're not gonna report that, because they don't want to report the incompetent and the unprofessionalism and stuff like that to the world. So I believe it's a witch hunt. I don't believe that Ryan Garcia is stupid enough to do PEDs on the day of the fight. Anyway, PEDs don't even work like that. In my education, it don't work like that. Oh yeah, you're gonna pop steroids, dun dun dun, superhero. Oh, he turned green. It don't work like that. You still gotta work out with steroids. You still gotta work out with performance enhancing drugs. Performance enhancing drugs, you don't pop it in your ass and stuff like that. You're gonna be performing like you Hercules. Nah, that it don't work like that. It don't work like that. This is not a Viagra pill. But ladies and gentlemen, I believe that these guys are the kings of the sport of boxing, and they move boxing into the forefront of sport in the sport industry, and they keeping the sport alive. And right now, there hasn't been the interest because of Ryan Garcia, especially. Canelo has kept boxing afloat. Ryan Garcia is going to take boxing to where it needs to be, because of his popularity, because of the way that he entertains in the ring, because how he is outside the ring, because he knows how to market, advertise himself. He knows how to keep boxing in the mouths of many. Boxing needs Ryan Garcia. And I ain't going to be one of the ones to tear him down. Because a boxing podcast, I always say, I'm here to preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. I need boxing to be alive. And if you have to be a little dirty to get something, then guess what? It is what it is. It's a sacrifice. Now that sounds evil, right? What you trying to say, Punch? So he got to sacrifice, he got to be dirty. Hey. Sometimes you gotta be dirty to get into to have a solution. This ain't gonna hurt boxing. It's gonna help boxing. And Ryan Garcia being the king of boxing is not bad. It's good. Hey, and then it leaves a person like a Tio, maybe Matias, the ones that people know, that doesn't have any scandals, to be the face of boxing, to be the face of boxing. And then you got the guy with the accomplishment, and you got the guy with the notoriety and the image and the hard working. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Not everybody gonna stay on top. Let me know what y'all think, man. Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia is a reason right now in this state, that everybody's into boxing right now. Everybody is into boxing. Everybody's invested in boxing because of these two guys right now. But of course, there's other people in the sport of boxing that's doing their thing. So I want to give another shout out to all of them. So I will clarify myself. These guys is captivating the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fan at the highest level. Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia on this side of the pond. But there's people that's also contributed to sustaining the interest as well. Shout out to Naoya Inoue. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez, who is the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief that started daring to be great of this new generation. Shout out to Tim Tszyu, bringing a new market into the forefront of boxing like Australia in the biggest way. Shout out to Bud Crawford. Hopefully he could be more active. Shout out to, Bam Rodriguez. Shout out to Gervonta Tank Davis for having that type of niche fan. And whether how people like it or not, Gervonta Tank Davis captivated the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans as well. Shout out to Devin. Shout out to Shakur. Shout out to David Benavidez. Shout out to also Jaime Munguia. Shout out to Beterbiev and Bivol. Shout out to Alexander Usyk. Shout out to Tyson Fury. Shout out to Anthony Joshua. I could say more. So, let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Punch Drunk Boxing, and the podcast, Punch Drunk Boxing Podcast. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.